Hello and a warm welcome to this analysis. Now, today's video I've covered Mirai AMC. Now, the MHAK Tech ETF covers the Hang Seng ETF. Now, we are sitting in India. We can also invest in global indices and all that. Apart from Mirai, there are other ETFs also available in the listed at NSE, which one can trade, which covers the Hang Seng market. There is the Nippon India China Fund, Hang Seng Fund, and there is the China MSCI ETF also available. Apart from that, there are others. You can search them and have a look at them also from a trading point of view. Now, before I go into the depths of Mirai and MacTech, let's have a look at the Hang Seng index and understand that should we invest in that index in the current market scenario, or should we wait in the MSCI index? Now, this is the Hang Seng index, and before I open on the Ichimoku, one should show that it's you can see that from November 2007 sharp down. That's the subprime global market correction, huge rally till 2018, and then the dump. Now, the perhaps among the few markets which post the pandemic did not recover, went on to make lows and come down, and we've seen how China has emerged, been performing. Now, is this market bottomed out? If we run this bullish harmonic Gartley pattern, which was made in October 22, it retested that pattern in January of 24, and since then we can see a sideways, more of a sideways move, a pullback. This harmonic pattern retraced the 38% pattern, could not go up to the 50 or the 62 yet, and is still languishing. Now let's switch on the Ichimoku here and see what lies ahead as per Ichimoku. As per Ichimoku, the monthly is got a support at 19,000 and then at 19,600. Yeah, and this is that zone in the monthly below the Ichimoku cloud in the monthly, currently above the Kijun. So sideways is what is happening since October in this index. Like almost all global markets, underperforming the US currently, and this is moving in the that zone out here with support out here. Now, in case this level of 19,000 does not hold, then it is under pressure downwards. Above 20,800 monthly, it would again try to do an attempt to pull its way up. Let's have a look at the weekly. Broke below the Ichimoku baseline, now around this zone only, with support coming in again at 19,300. Failure to hold 19,300 opens for 17 and a half. So one has to plan the ETF buying accordingly, downward more, upward less accordingly. And the above 21,000, it could again, this would be a false breakdown. Or one can say a higher low. You can assess it accordingly, that low, higher low, and then this would also be a higher low in that scenario. That yes, this is something when one can enter into this ETF accordingly for gains. Now let's have a look at the daily time frame. In the daily, I'm not preempting this, but if it starts pushing its way below 19,000, remember that's our monthly support. So you start seeing monthly closes happening below 19,000. There is a bullish harmonic all the way near 18,300. Let's try to tally that with the weekly. 18,300, not very far. This is 17,700. So somewhere here where we can see a lot of consolidation is where this ETF would see some kind of protection. Sorry, the index would see some protection, and then it would still remain making a higher low if this range is respected out here. On the other hand, if it starts sustaining above 21,000, it would be a good opportunity to add. We start seeing a close above 21,000, then we would be looking at, not 24,000 would be just a formality, because it's already taken two attempts. It would likely breach over it, go all the way to 29, and then try to retest the highs at 34. So those are the levels for you. 21 on the upside, 19,300 and 18,300 on the downside, where one could be looking at these ETFs. Or if you want to accumulate on the downward journey, you could add more. Like that, you have less risk. Failure to hold 16,500 would be very bad for this. It would be a further plunge down, so one should plan this ETF. Now let's have a look at the Mirai ETF and try to diagnose, try to analyze what's happening out here. There's support at, as per Ichimoku, 18.10 and 17, from where we saw this support being held in the monthly. So that's a good support, 17.15. Weekly holding on to the baseline out here at 18 and a half. One could wait for further upside. Let it go above and start giving you a weekly close above 20.25 for upward direction. Else wait. Now here also in the daily time frame, we have a bearish harmonic possibility. A bullish harmonic Gartley formation could take place, if it fails to hold this 17 and a half. Then we would be looking at 15 and a half, which would more or less tally with the uh, Hang Seng's 18,300 level. Alternately, one could wait, like I said, above the weekly close of 20.25, or a daily close also above that would try to push this ETF upwards, because the upward levels are anticipated for me are more towards the upside of 26, 26, 30, 34. So accordingly, one can hold on to the ETFs in that manner. Failure, like I said, one has to be careful below 16 and a half. In this case, that's pretty low, pretty deep out here, because there's not too much of data. So the indicate Ichimoku study will not be able to give you so much. Interestingly, look at this trend line breakout it has done out here. So maybe a retest of this trend line would be a fantastic opportunity to add out here. Now, I hope this video is of help to you. So please do like it, share it, and do follow me for regular stock and index ideas. Until then, happy investing.